Guys, I have to do something. Like, I have to confess that I have these insane feelings for a friend of mine that I've known for almost 7 years. In 7 years, he and I have only been friends, and we've been in and out of each other's life for, I don't know, half a dozen times. We'd go years without talking, and then we'd meet up, we'd be friends for 2 weeks again, and like find out everything's good, and then we'd go split off, and then okay, so every like 6 months or a year, we'd meet up, hang out again, and then boom, we'd be gone. Though not meeting up in the physical, we never really did. We always were online and talking for 7 years online. You know what's really strange? I never considered him ever as like, oh my God, as like a potential romantic partner at all, ever. And I don't know why. He's a really good looking guy. Like, he's very handsome. I don't understand why I never considered it. And I was getting messages from Spirit that it's because the divine feminines are now healing their divine masculine and taking away projections and curses and spells on these men. The spells that came because of distorted feminines. They were projecting a lot of things onto these, well, children of God, really. These leaders, these men, these high priests. The world had projected shit onto them and they believed it. And so the high priestess, of course, knows that soul so well. And because you, high priestess, are seeing your divine counterpart exactly as they are, not as the world told them they were, but as they are, you're breaking spells for them. Like, you really are the curse breaker. You really, really, truly are the generational curse breaker for not only you, but your person. And I'm looking back at it, I'm like, the fuck? I've always been in relationships. He's always been in relationships. He's the only person in my life, like the only man I've ever seen or been friends with that I didn't see romantically as like as an option at all. The fuck? It's so weird. It's like, as you look back now, it's almost like, wait a minute. Why aren't we together? The fuck? We should have been together. Wait, what? What? It should have been us. Oh my God. And it's like, it's just like what? It doesn't make sense. It's almost like common sense. I don't get that. You, me, best friends for like 7 years. He's the only person in my life from the old world. And I say old world, and I mean before I died. I died in 2019. I had a near-death experience. My name isn't even Jenna. It's actually Jennifer, but I changed my name in 2019. And he's the only one that knew me at Jennifer. He's the only one in my life who knew Jennifer. I was an addict, alcoholic. I was so mean. I was so mean to him, too. I broke his heart like a few times. I didn't know that he was holding that much pain until recently, until this last time I came back into his life about a year ago. I didn't even know that I had hurt him like 7 years ago. I was married, and he was friends with me while I was married, but again, we were just friends. There was no romantic interest at all. Which is actually, I don't know, it's just so weird that that's the case, but it's almost like he's my brother, and he's been my brother this whole time. It's kind of weird, but he's a brother in Christ, that's for sure. But anyway, I guess I hurt him really, really bad. I said some things I shouldn't have, like 7 years ago, and this man still loves me unconditionally. He knew me at my worst. Like, he knew me when I was drinking like a bottle of Fifth. I was drinking a Fifth every 2 days. Completely high all the time. I was addicted to weed, which some people are like, oh, you can't really be addicted to weed. The fuck you can. Wake and bake smoking till the time I went to bed. I remember so many times I would be with him and his friend group, and I'd be sloshed, like just gone, like talking on my ass. And he never judged me, not even once. I look back, and it's almost like, you've been there the whole time. It's like I've been looking for something right in front of my fucking face. I don't know. It's like the scales have been removed from my eyes. It's like, that's why I was getting the divine feminines have broken curses on your masculine. Like, oh my God. You know, up till now, I always saw him as a rebel. We were always getting called Luciferian or demon worshiper or whatever, Satanist. Oh my God. I was getting called Satan Spawn from about 11 years ago when I went through my awakening. I had a spontaneous out-of-body experience, and I got called every name in the book. Jezebel spirit, whoremonger. That's my favorite. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Whatever, I got called that. Oh, actually, I think my favorite was when some guy called me Alex Jones's daughter. He called me crazy, like Alex Jones's daughter. That was cute. I thought that was a compliment. Oh, I should have got it framed. It's cute. He's the only person that ever got persecuted like I did. Oh my God. I watched him for 7 years get fucking pummeled energetically by everyone. We always just like, we would come back together, be friends, talk for a little while, and then like go our separate ways and come back, try to go. It's like over the course of 7 years, this guy has been in and out of my life like half a dozen times maybe. We'd always just catch up like, hey, how you doing? It's been a while. Yeah, it has. How's life? And then it's just like, boom, we're gone again. And it's like, but he's the only constant. He's the only one from my old life. Like there is no one from my old life except him. I don't have any family. I don't have any friends really. It's just been him. And it's weird. It's so weird because I'm looking around. I'm 34 years old and I'm like, I'm trying to manifest like the perfect man for me, right? Dude, he's been right under my nose the whole time. The only reason I didn't even see him as a contender, like as an option, is one, because I really do think a lot of people projected shit onto him and he believed it. He believed it. So he had like this dark aura or like, I don't know, just me as a psychic, I always saw him as just this troubled guy. And then he would tell me too, and when we would be talking, he'd be like, Jenna, you don't want me. I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy. But I never even considered him ever until about a year ago when we met up again. Oh my God. And I remember I was like, I can't even believe this, but like, I think I actually like you. And he's like, no, you don't want me. You don't want me. Trust me. And he was like, I'm a bad guy, Jenna. I'm a bad guy. And he internalized it. He literally thought that of himself. So, but even in me as a psychic and a high priestess, like even though I can see some shit, I can see things. I can see people's true higher self. Like I can see that and I can see the version that you see. I choose instead to keep seeing the higher God self. That's what I choose to see. And I keep seeing it. And I keep affirming for it. And do you know what the fuck is happening? He's morphing. He's literally conforming to what I'm saying consistently day in, day out. He's beautiful. He's funny. He's sexy. He's talented. He's amazing. He's in love with me. I'm in love with him. What? Oh my God. Wow. I can't even believe I just said that. He's always been with a girl. Like, there's just always been this girl in his life. If it's not her, it's her. If it's not her, it's her. It's always somebody else. And then with me, it's always been I'm either with a guy or getting over a guy. And he's single, I'm single at the same time. The fuck? Well, I don't know. It's almost like Spirit was like, it's just always been him, and I just never knew it. I never even liked him. I never even saw him as that. That's again because there's been projections and he internalized it. And I feel this is the divine masculine message for the whole world. The whole world. Divine masculines, if you're watching me, I'm telling you right now, stop internalizing that shit. I don't care how many people call you a Satanist. So many people called him a Luciferian because he and I were joking one time in a group of spiritual people because we're both very spiritual. And we weren't even joking. We were literally talking about Satan and how we are the devil. We're the angel and we're the devil. Like all of us really, you know? The Antichrist is really you being anti-you, like you hating you, you sabotaging you. It's you. It's you know, the devil is you, God is you. You're all of it. And we were telling people this, and I saw him get completely blasted. I saw his own friends turn on him right in front of my eyes. They were basically saying like, "Fuck you guys. That's weird. I can't believe you would say that. That's like some Luciferian bullshit." And right now, literally, as I'm speaking, right this second, I'm looking back at that moment and I'm like, "Oh my God, I should have known right then." You are me. Oh my God, guys. I'm not even trying to be overly dramatic. I'm just naturally dramatic. Holy shit. Dude, I should have known. I asked my grandpa who, on the other side, because, you know, I'm a psychic, I asked my grandfather who comes to me as a bird. He's normally a blue jay. One day, I had gotten back in contact with this friend of mine, and I mean he was in my life for only like a day or two or something, and I asked my grandpa, I said, I just want to see a blue jay. I just want to see a blue jay. I hadn't seen a blue jay in a while. And so an hour later, imagine my shock when I'm on the phone with this guy and he's like, "Oh, that's cute." And I was like, what's cute? Thinking to myself, maybe you might be cute. All of a sudden, like, who the fuck are you? I think you're cute. Anyway, I tried to keep it under wraps. I didn't tell him that. But I was like, what's cute? And he's like, there's a blue jay right in front of me. An hour later. An hour later! I feel like my spirit guides are even trying to push us together. Like, what the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? I feel like you guys, I'm not kidding when I say this. I don't even know how to like handle this. It's just been him all the time. Every time I would show up in his life, he'd always be with a girl. And I would be in his life just as a friend. And that's God's honest truth. Like, I was never romantically interested in him, ever. Actually, even kind of sometimes he would repulse me a little bit. Not physically and not like romantically, but just, he was always just like a brother. And it was always just like a, ugh. I don't know. I never saw anything special. I know that sounds horrible. It does, especially because I was friends with him for 7 years. But like every time he would come back to my life for just temporary, like a couple weeks, he'd do something and it would make me be like, oh my God, this guy is different. He's such a beautiful soul. Like this one time, I contacted him again and I was starting my business. I had just divorced my husband and we got in contact again, but I remember he was so sad and I was like, and I think this is so fucking weird. I think I actually have entered his life while he's in a massive transition. You guys, I am about to shit my pants. I cannot even believe this. It's like I am there in his life the second he goes through a major transition. And there's been so much proof of this. Oh my God. Okay, so there was this dying raccoon and it was dying on his doorstep. And it was like nighttime. I had just shown back up in his life and he was like crying. And I was like, God, man, you have more of a heart than I do. Like, I'm a psychic. And yeah, I help deceased loved ones cross over. And you're about to help this raccoon cross over. And I helped this man send that raccoon to the other side. Oh my God. I don't know, it's as if I could feel his pain. And then one day, I didn't talk to him in years. And I was on a live stream with my friends and I stopped the chat in the middle of, like, I don't know, something happened. I just said, guys, I have to go. And they're like, where are you going? I was like, I have to go download this app. I don't even know why, but I started a channel on this app years ago, a spiritual community on that platform. And I just want to go, I don't know, I just want to go look at it again. And they're like, okay, bye. Like, we were just hanging out, like, on a YouTube live stream, and I just stopped it. I was like, I gotta go. I just have to go. So I closed the stream and I went to go download the app, and I hadn't been there for years. I didn't even remember my username and password at first. I was like, I don't even know, it's been so long. And I get into that room. It was called Spiritual Christians, by the way. Because I was a Christian that was leaving Christianity and becoming spiritual. And I just wanted to find people who were very much open-minded about spirituality and Christianity. So anyway, I go back into the room. Crickets. There's nobody there. I was like, hi guys. Like, I haven't been here in a really long time. I don't even know if anybody remembers me. But, like, hi. I don't know. I just wanted to talk, I guess. And one of the guys in there, we actually did not get along. Okay? He actually didn't like me. He opposed me at every given turn. He's like, oh, Jenna, I remember you. Oh, hi. Yep. Yeah, I remember you. I was like, dude, it's dead in here. Why is it dead? Like, where the fuck did everybody go? He's like, oh, everybody's over at this new channel now. I was like, can you get me an invite? I want to join. What's this channel? And he was like, oh, it's mainly Christians. And yeah, your friend's over there. Yeah, my friend from, 7 years ago. He's the one in there leading the whole group. I was like, what the fuck? So he invites me to that group, and I get instantly invited, and my friend's like, oh my God, Jenna. Like, I was like, dude, what is going on? 2 years or so I haven't talked to you. At least over maybe 2 years. Last time I had talked to him, I gave him a tarot reading. And we just, like, instantly connected. This was about a year ago. We instantly connected, and he was like, man, life has been crazy. Like, we have to catch up. So we talked privately. And I was like, why did I feel the urge to just reach out to you today? Like, what is happening? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I just told everybody today in the group. I told everybody, I can't do this anymore. I can't be friends with you anymore. A lot of these people are toxic, and I can't do it. And he told me that he had just told everybody that, and they went through like this huge spur. There was like this big argument. It happened hours before I showed up. And he had implied that It's very ironic that I showed up when I did, because he was just praying for help. He was just asking for help. Same time that, like, I came back into his life with the raccoon thing, and, like, I don't know, it's always just been, like, when he's going through a spiritual awakening or something, I'm there. It's like, fuck, what? I mean, not to mention when we first met, I had started that group, Spiritual Christians, because I was trying to find people who believed in the Mandela effect. I was going through an awakening, and I was seeing the Matrix fucking glitch out, and I was terrified. So I started this group to find other people. I think at the time I named it Mandela Effect or something, because I just wanted to find people who believed in it, and he found me there. It's insane. I'm just starting to see that. What? I don't know. It's weird. A year ago, it was weird for me to say, like, I didn't say, like, let's be an item, or like, let's, I didn't say it like that. I was just like, I kind of have feelings, I think, for you. And he was like, no, not me. You don't want me. You don't want me. I'm a bad guy. And he truly, genuinely believed it, because he was going through that huge awakening. He was literally fighting with everybody he knew, and then they were coming at him with pitchforks. So I joined his group, right? His Christian group. I joined his friend group. And they were going to town. Like, they hated his guts. Every time I'd show up, because I'm a witch, excuse me, anytime I'd be in there, I was causing, like, World War III. So eventually, he watched all of his friends who were, well, I mean, extremely religious, hate on me, and threatened to burn me at the stake. Literally, they voted to either have me burned at the stake or drowned. Yes. Fully grown adult males. Correct. In America in the 21st century. That is correct. These really, really diabolical Christians. Christian leaders, I guess I should say. And every time he'd chime in and defend me, he got blasted. I mean, blasted down. They'd be like, oh, wow, witch lover, huh? So you're no different, huh? Oh, so you're Satanist too now. You worship Satan. You worship the devil. All right. Yeah, we kind of knew we shouldn't be talking to you. It's like every time I showed up, he would just be annihilated. He'd get persecuted. So I think we both just energetically knew, like, I think I need to leave you alone. I think you're going to get killed or something. Like, I need to leave you alone. So he started ghosting me. He started not talking to me as much, which broke my heart. But he was like, Jenna, you don't want me. Trust me, you don't want me. But I kind of always did. I kind of just did. I don't know. He didn't scare me. Everybody else was like, oh, he's a Satanist, though. Because he's, you know, and I do remember because I have a big mouth and I talk out my ass, I guess, I didn't mind pissing off these religious fanatics. Okay, you got a Bible, bro. Congratulations. Like, would you like a fucking award? You know how to read English and buy a book from a Target. Congratulations. And I was calling him out. I was like, wow, so your God will send fire and hell fire from heaven, right? Go, he's a really nice little guy. You just pinch his little cheeks. He's so cute. Your little God is so cute, huh? Wiping out entire civilizations and, like, innocent kids and women and stuff. Okay, cool. Like, wow, you're so manly. Like, you're such a great leader. I challenged all of them. Come to find out, he had just done that. That's why I showed up in his life, randomly, spontaneously, overnight. I'm here, hi. But he didn't want the help, or at least I don't know. He didn't want the help. And I didn't want to see him hurt. And every time I was there, I watched him get blasted. They hated me. All of his friends hated me. And not all of them. There were actually a couple good ones. Oh, there was this one guy. He was so fun. Funniest dude I've ever met in my life. I so want to be friends with him again. Ugh. And then there was another guy who was a Christian, and he's like, look, I don't really like witchcraft, but I like you, Jenna, and I love you as a sister in Christ. That man understood some shit, you know? But then all the rest of them, though. Every time I'd show up, they came at me with pitchforks, every time. Shut the fuck up, we don't let women preach here. I'd get booted, I'd get blasted for hours. Like, one time, I got kicked out, threatened, if I come back again, they're gonna do it again. And again. And I was just be like, okay, challenge accepted, bitch. Challenge accepted. So I joined the group again. And then I'd get booted out again for like another hour or 5 hours, whatever. I just started to be like, this isn't worth it. Especially when I'm being ignored by this guy. Like, he really doesn't want me in his life. So I left. I told him I can't do this anymore. Like, I was getting to that point. where I was like, why did I join in the first place? Why did God call me in here in the first place? I started to ask that question. And then I basically just said like one last time, like, I'm tired of being ignored. I'm tired of being, there is no point in me being hurt like this. For what? Are you even waking up? Like, is it even helping? I don't know. If I keep getting blasted like this, and all I'm trying to do is question why some dude with a book is allowed to talk out of his ass and control 25 to 30 people in any given moment. All I'm doing is getting them to ask themselves why they follow this guy. And you don't have my back, I'm done. I'm out. Deuces. And I left for a couple months. And then again, recently, after having met someone else, I met someone new. I don't know, something told me to go back into that group again or at least talk to this guy again. And I did. And I don't know what changed, but I said, I need to end this once and for all. So I'm cutting cords. We're done. This soul contract is over. And then all of a sudden, Spirit won't let us. In fact, the irony of all ironies here is the guy I was actually falling in love with, Spirit's ending that contract. That one's done. I'm not even allowed to be with that guy. I'm not even allowed to be with this new one. I have to be with that guy. And it's like the weirdest thing. They won't let me leave him alone. Like, I don't know. It's different this time. Because this guy has telepathy now. And he's fed the fuck up, you can tell. You can tell he's done. He's like, it is wrong. It is wrong what they're doing to you. Like, they literally voted to have me killed. I did nothing to them, and they wanted me dead. He watched it, and he couldn't do much. His hands were tied, guys. That's what I'm getting is a lot of these divine masculines who have just been planted in the darkness like the rest of us, they've just been sitting there getting bombarded by dark energy. Witchcraft, gossip, slander, envy, evil eye, like all of it. And because he believed it, what can you do? Instead of him being like, yeah, I'm worthy of her. I'm a good guy. He said exactly the opposite. Jenna, you should run for the hills. I'm not a good guy. So, okay, then what am I supposed to fucking do? Like, if you don't think that you're good and worthy, like, I have to leave. So does God. God, source energy, has to leave our lives if we do not claim that we are worthy of it. You don't think you're worthy of abundance, and you're not claiming abundance, then, okay, bye. Good people have to leave. But something changed. I told him I met somebody new, and I want he and I to be over. I want him to stop pulling on my energy. I want us to, whatever soul fucking contract we have for 7 years, I want it over. I want it done. I want it done. I am tired of being the only one that cares about your soul. I'm tired. I'm tired of loving you more than you love you. I'm tired of being blasted by fake wannabes who have their head so far up their ass, they wouldn't even be able to see Jesus if he were standing 2 feet in front of them. They don't know love. They know the law. They know the book. They know the Bible. They don't know God. And I'm getting sick and tired of being the only one in there defending him and defending me. Like, bitch, I got things to do. I'm not doing it. So I told him, I'm done. I met someone new, and I think I want to try that. Next thing I know, telepathy started. Dreams are happening. All of a sudden, he and I are being connected energetically. Like, my heart chakra is opening, his heart chakra is opening. And it's the weirdest thing. I was like, get the fuck away from me. Don't come closer. And all of a sudden, he's closer now. And now my spirit team is like, we want you with this guy. Why? I don't know, honey. God works in mysterious ways. This dude's been in my life for 7 years, and I never really ever, until recently, even considered him romantically. It's crazy. It's weird. All of it's weird. And I don't even really see him romantically still. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. But it's like, ugh, I don't even know. Like, even if I like, go to think about it like that, like, even still, I don't know. But the point is, I feel like the collective is going through something like this right now. I don't know. As a high priestess, maybe I'm the first to feel this, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like the collective is about to start seeing a person or a collective or a whole group of people as a totally different way. And you're going to be like, what? 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 I thought you were like hideous, or what? I thought you were a monster. I thought you were a devil. I thought you were, dude, he was everything they were projecting onto him. Because the second I showed up, they were sending so much hate his way because he had just declared war, basically. Spiritual war had started because of the shit he said. That's why I showed up. Wow. I'm actually just now realizing this. Since I'm so in tune to spirit, like, spirit sends me and other earth angels when shit's going down. So I went into that group the second he declared war, in a way. Like, I mean, spiritual war. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know I was there. I didn't even know why I was there. I didn't know how to protect him. You can't protect somebody who doesn't want the protection. So he kept getting blasted, and I kept being told, you're a witch, shut the fuck up and be burned already. And then I was like, okay, every time I would cry, I'd be in there. I felt so weak. They would make me feel like just complete scum of the earth. And then here he would be, listening to all of it, doing nothing. Wasn't his fault, though. I think I knew it was his fault. It wasn't his fault. The day I had a lady put a spell on me in there, I watched it. Come to find out, she was actually a Christian, but she had been a practicing witch before. And she took like 10 of her friends into a different group for about an hour. And when they all came back at the same time, I was like, what the hell? I was like, where'd you guys go? And she was like, oh, we had to go bind some things. Oh, gotcha. I know what the fuck that means. Okay, that's witch speak. Yeah? I should have known it right then. I thought she only cursed me. She didn't. She cursed him too. Poor guy couldn't do shit. He had his arms tied behind his back. There was no way they could have... He couldn't have broken that. He didn't break it. I did. Literally by me leaving. For several months, I left that group. I did. I left. And a couple times I would have live streams with a couple of you ladies. I thank you so much for being there for it. And I'm actually getting word now that we broke a lot of spells on these divine masculines. And I'm also being told right now that me going back just recently, after falling in love with someone else, me going back, I was already activated because I was falling in love with someone else. Like, that man helped me heal my heart chakra and like a lot of my chakras, I think. And so I became an activator again. I'm being told right now that because I went back in to that group, I activated my friend again. That's why he has telepathy with me now. We never had that before. We didn't have telepathy. And I definitely did not know that our spirit guides wanted us together. I didn't know that. So I had to fall in love with somebody else in order to be activated, and then I went back in and activated my true divine counterpart, I think. I don't know. All I know is love, and your true twin flame is everyone. It's a consciousness. So, anyway, there's this guy. He's super cute. And I'm only just now realizing he's cute because I'm breaking the spell off of him. The way I see him, in my reality, as a creator of my own reality, right? I used to see him as a total player, a guy who would cheat. He was always with a girl. If he wasn't with that girl, he'd be with that girl. And that girl, yeah, just like the fucking player. And I was the only girl he was never with, really, I think. Like, in his life, I feel like I was the only one we never even considered each other like that. And then every time one of these guys would say, like, shut up, we don't want to hear you, he internalized it. So he literally had a spell put on his throat chakra and he had to stop speaking. And I had to leave because I couldn't fend for myself. I couldn't defend just myself all the time. And I started to see him as weak too, and I started to hate him. I'm like, fuck you for letting your friends say that to me. Fuck you for But now it's like, it wasn't his fault. I see magic for what it is. I see witchcraft for what it is. Like, I see spells for what they are. It wasn't his fault. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm talking about this because maybe divine feminines, I think very soon you might see something shocking happen in the divine masculine collective that it's going to like change your mind about who they are as people. Because I remember the day he told me he pissed off all his friends, the day I showed up. I said, I don't know, it's weird, right? It's like, I think I have feelings for you or something. It wasn't that day, but it was like while we were talking, like about a week into us talking again after years. And not only did he say, Jenna, I'm a bad guy, like you don't want me, but he also said that they're persecuting you for being a witch, and I'm not about to risk anything for that. I'm not going to tell them that I like you. So he had decided that he wasn't going to. I stayed because I thought, oh, he'll step up, he'll say something, but continually, month after month after month, worse and worse and worse treatment went down. And I was like, I hated this guy. I was like, you are the reason that they're doing this. Not only are you the fucking culprit, you're the leader of this group, and you're their friend. Like, you could be telling them, leave me alone, but you're not. I hated him. That's actually why I found someone new, and I manifested someone new. And so, I went back and I told him, stop pulling on my energy, stop calling me in, stop, we're done. And I tried to cut the cords, and I actually did cord cutting. Next thing I know, I'm telling this guy, I met someone new, leave me alone now, stop with the energy, stop like calling on my soul, because I could feel it. I could feel him pulling on my soul. Next thing I know, he's activated. Telepathy, I think he's manifesting some crazy shit. I'm visualizing him, I'm having dreams of him. It's weird. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like to pride myself on being vulnerable in the community. I like to be as transparent as possible. Like, this guy doesn't even know really in the physical, in the 3D, my feelings this much. He definitely knows it psychically and energetically now. But I hated him. I was like, fuck you, man. You watched all your friends do this to me. You didn't even lift a finger. Didn't even say shit. But really, what could he do? You know what's so crazy is even the girl that put that spell on me, she's even there still in the group. I think that this is a message for divine feminines that, like, your masculine had really, honey, they were in a spell. They had a spell on them too. You know what I mean? And you're breaking that. Really what it is evil eye and projections and stuff like that. Yeah. I think that's also the reason I could never see him romantically either, because he was always with a girl who just, like, claimed him. Like, it was always just this like, ugh, just like, he's mine, bitch, back off. Like, oh God. So, ugh, you can have him. Like, God, I'm not going to war with those claws, daggers. Ugh, have him. And I just think that divine feminines, what you're about to find is that maybe you see them differently now. Maybe you're allowed to see them differently. Maybe you can. It's fine. It's like, it's your life. You want to forgive them, forgive them. I gave a message yesterday to the collective. You want to forgive this person, fucking forgive them. What are people going to say? I don't give a shit what people say. I'll forgive anybody I damn well please. I don't care what you did to me. I'll forgive you if I want to. If I don't want to, you won't get forgiven. Easy as that. It's just weird because, like, the irony here is that Spirit's having me leave the one that I manifested. Like, I thought that was the guy for me. I really did. But no, it's not gonna ever be. It's not that guy. It's this one from the past that I've been friends with for 7 years. It's crazy. The difference between the two, and this is so wild, when they say, you'll know because your soulmate, or the one you're really supposed to be with, it feels like home. It feels comfortable. There's no butterflies. It doesn't feel nervous. The guy I've been friends with for 7 years, there's zero nervousness. Like, it just feels like home. It feels just like easy. The other one I manifested, there's so much friction and there's so much chemistry and there's so much, like, sexual charged, and it's wow. But there's butterflies and it's nervousness in a way. But this other one, it's like, I don't know. He feels like me. Feels like loving me. I don't know. I just never even thought, I never even considered him ever. Isn't that weird? 7 years. 7 years I knew this guy. Not once did I see him romantically. Not once. Well, he was always with somebody. And plus, when we met, I was married. So, I mean, it's like, I never considered him like that, ever. And now I'm looking back and I'm like, dude, like, you're the only one that should have been with me. Like, you're the only one that really I should have been with. And I wanted, maybe this whole time I kind of did want you and I just didn't know it. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird because he's a mystic. He's so perfect. He's a healer. He's a shaman. Oh, God. It's so fun. It's so fun when we tell people, like, your God is kind of a evil dictator and a maniac and stuff. Yeah, we do that together. It's so fun. It's like our favorite pastime. It's fun. Yeah, we connect on that level. Like, spiritually speaking, we both agree that God of the Old Testament is, well, kind of honestly, if you read it literally, kind of a douchebag. Like, I'm sorry. Does that offend you? Because I don't care. You know what offends me? Your God killing innocent people. That's what offends me. What I like about him the most is how he's always been so loud about that. Until a witch bitch went and put curses on him. I had to leave and go figure that out on my own. That's when I met a lot of cool witches. I met very spiritual people over here on this end, while he went over there on that end, more religious and me much more spiritual. And then I started breaking spells and stuff on myself. And turns out, on him too. I didn't know it. I didn't know until I went and activated him. And then it's like, boom, overnight, ego death. Like, overnight, he's totally different. He's giving me so much energy. There's so much, like, love that he's sending, telepathy, dreams. Like, my spirit team's like, this is the one. And it's crazy. I literally went in there to end it with him. And turns out, I don't know. I activated him or something. I think I activated us. I think that I'm looking back at it, 7 years of activations. I think I've been activating this guy for 7 years. I think every time he's been going through something crazy, I was in his life to, like, help him through it. Wow. You guys. And it's like, you don't realize it because there are spells on people. There are curses on people, really, though. And if we think about it, really what it is, it's just projections. It's just people who tell you, like, shut up, sit down. We don't want to hear you. You're a woman preacher. We don't like that. Have a seat. And you internalize it. Or you're fat, you're ugly. We don't want to look at you. And you internalize it. You don't have enough experience, you can't do this, and we internalize it. And that's exactly what he started doing. He internalized it. Even though I was telling him one thing, he believed something else. Until, I don't know, fingers crossed, he's tired of suffering. I don't know, we'll fucking find out, won't we? If you're tired enough of suffering, maybe you'll do something about it this time. I don't know. He represents an entire collective of men who have been abused day in, day out. And y'all don't even know it because you aren't that psychic. You aren't that aware of dark magic, of energy warfare. And all of a sudden, now that I can see him for who he truly is, he's gorgeous. And here's the train out. Isn't that funny? The train represents black magic. If you've ever watched my channel, that train represents dark magic. And it's so funny. I literally just said it. These men. They're good men, ladies. They're good men, okay? They've just had really vicious women all around them, sending them a whole bunch of hate, whole bunch of shit, whole bunch of, well, fuck you for saying that, and how dare you think that you're God and you should be allowed to manifest what you want, and screw you for, I don't know, just whatever. Just they've always had these women or these jealous men sending them stuff, and then they didn't believe it. They didn't believe they were worthy of love, and so we had to leave their life. But if I ask myself, do I really want to leave his life? He's the best person I've ever, I think, met. Ever. I think my twin flame is actually a consciousness. I think the magician that I'm trying to manifest, the magician in tarot, the magician card, it's an archetype. And I'm trying to manifest that magician, ironically, into my life. And I think that it's a consciousness. I think anyone who is open to spirit, open to God, they've dissolved their ego and they are a channel. I think every person is the magician now. I think the magician is so around me all the time because I keep feeding that energy by saying, oh, this is what the magician is like. He's sexy. He's a leader. He's a healer. He's gorgeous. He's this. It's fueled this magician energy, this archetype so much. Like, I've built it up so much that anyone I meet is now the magician. It could be anybody. It could be any guy. It could be anyone. And I think I want it to be him. I've watched him for 7 years get fucking pummeled for being a high priest. I have watched him as a high priestess even before I knew that what I was doing. I didn't even really know what God was doing, using me for 11 years in the community. I had no idea. And I had no idea that he was chosen to do this either, but he's been a high priest the whole fucking time. And for 7 years, I watched this man suffer the same way I did. It was worse, I feel, for him because They were his friends. Me, ugh, I didn't care really. I don't even know those guys. But they were his friends. Betraying him. Every time he'd be like, guys, all Jenna is saying is the God that you claim to worship is literally hurting people in the Old Testament. She's just saying she respects the New Testament. She understands that there are two different gods. And he would say that and be freaking blasted, bro. He would get pummeled energetically. And he started to think that he was ugly and he wasn't worthy of me. And he'd push me away more and more and more. I can't even believe it. I can't even, it's almost like overnight, he's an option. Like overnight, he's like my divine masculine. Like you guys, I am not kidding. I feel like overnight, he's all of a sudden like there. And he was never an option before. It's because he didn't want to make himself an option. He didn't want to be an option. He was basically begging me to leave him alone. I think he thought he couldn't protect me. But here's the thing, I protect me. God protects me. And he will very much protect me. That's inevitable. I am protected. I am always protected. Like even when I didn't think I was protected, I was being protected. So now that I'm conscious, I'm definitely going to be protected. Plus I'll be manifesting a version of him that is a protector and so much stronger to handle spiritual warfare. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the dude understands magic now. Why? Because he's the magician. My magician, no matter who he is in the physical body, I don't care what fucking physical vessel you have, my magician would understand the laws of the universe. My magician would understand spiritual warfare, energetic boundaries, energetic dominance, evil eye, hexes, curses, spells, witchcraft. He would understand that shit. And he would know that that's not his, and he'd know to send it the fuck back. And I very much think I'm close to manifesting my magician. I think it's him. I think I want him. And I get what I want, honey, every time. Oh, I get what I want. Up to this point, I didn't want him. He kept telling me, don't want me. Okay, fine. I don't want you then. I'm gonna go on my little way, merry little way, hop along now, and I'm gonna go manifest somebody else who does want me. And so, I guess in all this time, he was suffering that whole time. And you get to a point where your soul just doesn't want to suffer anymore. Eventually, you're like, fuck that. Fuck suffering. I'm done. And I'm so done that I'm willing to leave everything that's keeping me in pain. Great. Now we can talk. Now, call me. Because until then, I'm not wasting my time. I'm not going to get energetically pummeled. I'm not going to sit there having grown-ass men treat me like I'm scum of the earth. Like, no, this isn't the 1600s. This isn't like, let's persecute a witch day. This is go fuck yourself. I don't care how religiously fanatical you think that you can be. You're not about to play that game anymore. Too many women like me realize their power and their divinity, and we are conforming our divine masculine to be exactly what we need, which is a protector, not someone to just be like a doormat anymore. So yeah, here's the truth, guys. There's like this guy. Well, there's this guy. And he's been my friend for 7 years. But he's always been trapped in this like fucking bullshit evil eye facade dark aura something or other. Like he's just been like, ugh, her. He's been her. And it wasn't her, it was her. And it's always been them. I was like, I don't want them. And I don't want you if you're gonna be them. So bye. Until you love yourself, I'm done loving you. I like this guy. I think now, as a conscious manifestor, I think I want to manifest the shit out of him. I think I want it to be him. And I think that I'm that powerful that if I want something, I will get it. Oh, I will absolutely get it. Every girl that's been with him, honey, you have borrowed him. You don't know it yet, but game's over. Like, yeah, I won the game before I even threw the ball. Okay, so like, bye. Bye-bye. Because the longer and the more consciously I decide to see him as God's self, the magician, and I keep feeding that magician energy to him, I'm associating him with the magician. I'm associating him with my soulmate. I'm associating him with whatever. The more I see him as God, right? The more everyone has to see him as God. And not everyone loves God. Not everyone loves love. Not everyone loves love, okay? Not everyone loves authenticity. Not everyone loves high vibrations. And so they're just gonna be leaving his life, dropping like flies. Out you go. So I am doing all of this work behind the scenes. I did not need to be in his direct eyesight, like his line of sight. I did not need to be there in that fucking cult. I didn't need to be there as they were blasting me and persecuting me. I needed to be doing my own thing, being very independent, and learning the laws of the universe by myself. So yeah, guys, turns out, I think I'm in love. I think I love him. No, I know I love him. I just don't know if I'm in love with him. I think I'm in love with him. I think so, yeah. I think it's gonna be us. Anyway, so you guys have watched my story up to this point. Like, he hasn't gotten a lot of airtime. I haven't talked about him so much because he kept telling me, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. Okay, bye. Don't have to tell me twice. Well, actually, you did. There was quite a few times I didn't love myself enough to leave, but like, eventually I got it through my thick skull and I was like, okay, bye. Fuck this. I'm tired of being the only person defending me. Like, bye. And then, I guess, yeah, when I finally met someone new, I went back and told him, like, we're done. We're done. I met somebody, like, God, it was freaking passion. He made me feel alive again, that guy. That guy made me feel like $1,000,000. I've never felt sexier in my life than I was with this new guy. He made me feel so good. Like, he made me love myself. Truly. Like love me. He made me love me. It was beautiful. And so then I was like, okay, it's this one. And so I went back to cut cords and say, we're done. Don't ever talk to me again. Don't chase me energetically and stay the fuck out of my dreams. And yeah, no, I guess he didn't want that. And now all of a sudden I kind of want him. He is so fucking sexy. He really is. Girl, he talks about Lucifer. The second he called himself Satan, I was like, boy, marry me. Marry me. Please do. Put a ring on it, honey. Talking about the serpent. Call me. You talking about the serpent in the Garden of Eden? You talking about that one? Oh my God, marry me, please. Like, put a ring on it, okay? And have it be like a serpent ring. Ooh, that'd be cool. No, for real though. I when I hear him talk like that, I'm like, uh-oh. It's giving magician vibes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This man's into some things. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think he works for the light. But I think they think he lurks for the dark. Uh-oh. And here comes the train. This is what I was worried about. I was worried. Every fucking time we're together, like, shit goes down. It's like we cause World War III in a spiritual sense. Like, yeah, I don't know. This is why I think we try to avoid each other like the plague. But we can't. We can't. Oh, I don't want to avoid him. Oh my God. I want him day in, day out. That's what I want. And I've never given myself permission to want someone before. Not like this. And I want what I want, and I get what I get. Period. I literally get everything I want. Everything. My self-concept is perfecto. I get everything I want. So if I want this man, you other ladies can have a seat. You can have a seat. I said good day, sir. Plus, I keep trying to envision that all the women that want him are ogres. They're all ogres, and they're all really nasty, and they're really mean to him, and so, like, I'm a natural shoo-in. But it's my reality, so of course I'm a natural shoo-in. Like, bitch, I run this shit. So I'm gonna get whatever I want. And then when people question it, I'm gonna be like, have a seat. I get what I want because I say so. Like, who are you? You couldn't separate us in 7 years. Like, a marriage, an engagement, addictions, habits, friends literally threatening my life, dox threats, death threats. Not to mention his best friend literally, quite literally, stealing my identity online, pretending to be me. Identity theft, and it still is stronger than ever. Are you fucking kidding? When God wants people together, God will get what God wants. And now that I know I'm God, I get what I want, and I want him. For the first time in 7 years, I want him in a whole bunch of ways. A whole bunch of ways. I'm gonna get exactly what I want. I'm gonna get the magician. He's my magician. Ooh! It's gonna be really, really good, honey. It's gonna be really good. People are gonna really, like, I have a feeling people are just going to notice a complete shift in him overnight. I channeled this message yesterday for the collective as well. So a lot of twin flames that I read for, this is going to be happening to you too. So if you read for me and you fuck with me, honey, and you think that I know what the fuck I'm talking about, you're in my collective. And if you're in my collective, me as a high priestess, I go first. I show you what is about to come down the pike for you. And this is about to happen in a lot of these twin flame unions. I never even considered him that at all. But I do consider my magician my twin flame. And my magician is a mind. It's a mind of Christ. My magician is a consciousness. That magician is my twin flame. Anyone I choose will be my twin flame. Anyone, any man I say, okay, it's you. And I focus all of my conscious effort on that guy. That's the one. Him, that one. And I love this guy. I love this guy. I've known him 7 years. So that guy. Period. That's it. End of story. Got a problem with it? I don't give a shit. Have a seat. That guy. In the same way that God did that for me. When I was down and out, rock bottom, God said, you know what? That girl. That one. Her. Oh, but she's poor though. I don't care. That one. Oh, but she's fat though. I don't care. That one. Oh, but like, she's divorced. I don't care. That one. Oh, but like, she's got all this reputation. Everybody talks about it. I don't give a fuck. I want that one. That is how God worked in my life, loved me unconditionally, and that is how I love him. That one. No. Not you 25 or 30 snakes. No. That one. Him. 1 hour, 11 minutes, 11 seconds. Bitch, I want that one. And I'm going to get that one because I am God. I know that I'm that bad bitch. Thanks for watching, guys.